Deal with it. There are many things in the lands between that can endanger your life, from troublesome enemies to challenging bosses. So learn a trick or two from this tarnished, why don't you? And hopefully, you will no longer be still in the dark. Hello everyone, this is the Seeker of Grace, and welcome to the first episode of Deal With It. In this series, I will be talking about enemies that you might have trouble fighting against, and suggest some beginner-friendly methods you might use to defeat them. Of course, there are a lot of different enemies to be found in the lands between, and there are many ways to deal with each of these enemies. So I will focus on the more notorious enemies, and that includes all bosses, so don't worry about that. And I will offer one melee-based method and one magic-based method to defeat them. Of course, if there are any enemies in particular which you're struggling to fight against, then feel free to let me know about it in the comments section. Alright then, in this episode, I'll be talking about the troll. Yes, I'm referring to this gigantic humanoid being. I heard that the term troll has a different meaning in your world, but to be clear, I'm referring to this colossal monster found in the lands between. Now this is where some veteran tarnished might ask me, why would anyone need a guide on how to kill a troll? Aren't they easy to fight against? Well, remember that this guide is catered to newbies, and I can already think of a few reasons why they might struggle against trolls. Firstly, trolls have a lot of health. And take a long time to kill. Secondly, the troll's attacks have strong knockdown potential and leave you in a disadvantageous position if you are hit. And thirdly, and most importantly, trolls come back to life when you rest at a site of grace. So unless you make a conscious effort to run away from them, you will have to fight them many times. Well, newbies, I hope that with this guide, fighting trolls will become as child's play to you. Let's first look at a melee-based method. Fight the troll on horseback. Use a weapon which is capable of inflicting blood loss. If you do not have such a weapon, and are not keen on exploring Limgrave, you can find one such weapon, the flail, in Gatefront Ruins, which is on the way to your first destination. Now this is what you have to do. Lock on to one of the troll's legs, position yourself behind that leg, and keep hitting it with light attacks. If it turns around, circle around to the back of its leg and attack it again. If you're lucky, you can stagger and even kill the troll before it has a chance to draw its sword. If it manages to draw its sword before you can kill it, you will have to fight it more cautiously. Either you approach and strike it during long gaps in its attacks, or use throwing knives to attack it from a safe distance. Now let's look at a magic-based method. Again, you should fight the troll on horseback. Have the spell Glintstone Pebble at the ready. If you don't already have this spell, you can purchase it from Sorcerer Selene at Waypoint Ruins. There's actually another spell that's more effective at killing trolls than Glintstone Pebble, but this spell cannot be found or obtained in Limgrave, so I'll talk about this spell when you're able to access it in the future. Returning to the subject, this is what you have to do. Lock on to the troll's torso. Then, from a safe distance, keep firing glintstone pebbles at it. When it approaches you, wait for it to attack you before you move away from it. The wind-up and recovery times of its attacks are so long that you will have ample time to move away and then to cast more spells at it. Keep repeating these steps until the troll is killed. Here are some other points you should take note of whenever you fight a troll. A troll's attacks can hurt its allies, so if it's in the company of other enemies, you should bait it to kill its allies first, before you focus on killing it. Be very careful of its charge attack when it has its sword drawn. Because it travels far and has strong tracking, you will have to use the horse dash to run away from the troll until the entire attack sequence ends. Finally, if you're able to summon Spirit Ashes to help you, Spirit Ashes with high mobility are most effective against the troll, because they are often able to dodge the troll's slow attacks. And with that, we can confidently proclaim, "Troll, you have been dealt with. Now you deal with it." If you found this guide helpful, then please click on the like and subscribe buttons, and allow me to remind you again that you can make requests for me to talk about enemies of your choice in the comments section. Alright, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Deal With It.